Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So you had a chance to look over some of the paperwork and fill it out. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I think I'm ready to go.
Okay, great. So tell me a little bit about what brings you in today. What's on your mind?
Well, it's about my job and my boss. It's a terrible situation. It's honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize for using any bad language because that's how angry he makes me.
Okay.
He was a few years older than me, and he just kind of had this God complex. Like, oh, I've been working at Chick-fil-A for 10 years. I know what I'm talking about. Even though I'm only a manager, I don't operate my own Chick-fil-A. It was, I'm better than you. And he just treated me like I was nothing. I mean, I was 20 when I started the job, but, a couple years in college, growing up, serious relationship, I was able to handle myself. And I took on the job really quickly, and I got promoted quickly, but he never treated me like I was an adult. I mean, there were so many problems with him. It was just, he never harassed me, but I could have called him on so many sexual harassment suits. It's not even funny. He was just, the things it was just maybe, it was more verbally. He never really touched, but he said things that were inappropriate to me and then girls who were like 16 years old. I mean, I'm just kind of just going to let it roll off my shoulders, but a 16-year-old when you're 25, that's a little bit inappropriate. And he was just kind of like a goof. And when things went right, he praised you for it. When they went wrong, he made sure everybody in the store, employees and customers, knew.
Wow.
And he's telling me not to do things because I might have let some words slip on our front line. I know a customer didn't hear it, but still, I try to lead my team when he wasn't there. But when he came out and something was wrong, he made it abundantly clear. I mean, it was like a double standard. You can't do this, but I can. And, I mean, one thing at Chick-fil-A was we have red screens, we have yellow screens, and we have green screens. Green is good. It's up until 2 minutes. The whole order is green. You want to get it out in 2 minutes. Shouldn't take anything longer than that. 3 to 4 minutes was yellow, and then 4 to 25 minutes, whatever, was red. And he's pointing at the screens, why is it red? I'm like, I don't know, I have 2 people on the front line, I have 2 people in my drive-through, I'm running this entire shift without you, while you're in the back doing what? Talking to your girlfriend who's overseas? I never told him, but he was the reason I quit. He made me so unhappy, because that could have gone really far. And, my last semester at CSU, before I graduated, I only worked Saturdays. And, I really want to focus on school. I was taking 3 classes with labs, psych labs, and that was, I needed to do well. I needed to end it out right. I needed to pass everything. And, he was upset with me about that, and he talked about me behind my back for it, and like, you're telling me up front, oh, school's important, we'll work with your schedule, but don't be saying stuff about me behind my back when I'm just doing what you said was okay in the beginning.
Right.
And, I told him when I come back in the summer, I'm going to work full time, 40 hours, 39 hours, whatever. I want to get promoted, and I had my college degree. I was expecting a promotion. I proved myself that I can work once a week and do really well on that shift. I can work 5 times a week and do really well with my shift. But it wasn't until I put in my 2 weeks when they realized they were losing someone great. And that's when they offered me a $2 increase in pay, which was awesome, but it was too late. I mean, the harassment, the whole, we base ourselves on Christian principles, and then you're talking about me behind my back with the operator of the store who's 15, 20 years older than you, who's acting like a 16-year-old. Come on. Like, let's act all like adults, because I sure as hell am. I mean, I always talk to him. Problems I had, I went to him because I thought I could confide in him, because he sure as heck confided in me. I mean, I could have ruined his esteem quickly just based on my opinions.
Right.
And it just makes me angry talking about it.
Yeah, I can tell. I can definitely see some anger. It seems like you kind of felt disrespected from him.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
He would talk about my fiance. I mean, I had brought up some issues. I made it a little bit too much into work. It was my fault. I take the blame for that till today. But I ask you to keep things to yourself, and if I talk to you about it, if I pull you aside about it, that's that. It was said and done. You know, I'm sorry. But to tell people about it and everybody's confronting me about it, it was just like, it was inappropriate. And then he always was like, when are you breaking up with him? When are you breaking up with him? When are you breaking up with him? And I'm like, you know, things are good now. You specifically told me not to bring it to work. I'm not bringing it to work. He would always say, I'm bringing it up. He's the one who would always bring it up. It's just, you know, and half the time when he's there at work, he's talking about his girlfriend and how, you know, he proposed to her, and, you know, she was talking about how she wants to do another tour in Afghanistan, and I'm like, why would your fiance want to do another tour in Afghanistan? Like, obviously she's cheating on you. You're just an idiot. I mean, come on, it's not gonna work. She's more of a man than you are anyway. And I mean, I just want to tell him these things just to hurt him, because he hurt me so much for 2 years. He deserved to be hurt, is how I saw it.
Right. Now I keep hearing these emotions, angry and hurt. Can you try to give me an exact moment when he really just went over the top and truly hurt you? Or made you angry? Because you've used both of those.
He actually made me cry.
Okay, tell me about that.
Being angry is not so bad, but making me cry was pretty bad. He just pretty much said that I wasn't doing my job, and I wasn't focused, and that he's really questioning if he should have even put my name up for a promotion. And we have good and bad days. He had bad days, I had good days, and I had good days, he had bad days. We backed each other up, but you know, it was just kind of like, you're pushing me over the edge, you need to stop. And he just never did. And I mean, I acted childish, you know, I act childish till the day I die. But it's that boundary you hold with being a child and being an adult just makes you younger. And I was more of an adult than he could ever be. And when I asked him to stop, I wanted it to stop. But he would keep pushing it and keep pushing it. And it was almost like a brother-sister relationship, but talking at it like out loud, it sounds like we were dating. I mean, it was that bad. It was just, you're pushing me, get away, and
yeah. Well, it sounds like, though, from what you're telling me, that you actually had the courage to, you know, stand up and say, that's not right, can you please stop?
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I told him several times, I'm more manager than you are. I mean, you've been here for 10 years and you've been manager for 5. It's like, why can't I be where you are and you be where I am? Maybe you should get demoted and I get promoted.
Right.
I mean, maybe that would have been a little bit of a ego
A wake-up
slap.
call, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, you're very passionate about your job, and it sounds like, I mean, you would still, you know, probably would have been there right now if that wouldn't have been for him.
My job now, you know, I didn't take a pay decrease because I never had that pay from Chick-fil-A in the beginning. So really I see it as an increase, but because they offered me $2 more than the job I'm at now, I would have definitely been a great supervisor, manager, whatever they had stuck me in. Because that guy, he's quit now. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere. So he had graduated from college and he was just working at Chick-fil-A. You know, I at least was getting into my master's program. I could work full-time and go to school. I think it was kind of like a jealousy thing. I mean, you know, where he saw my relationship fall, he felt like his was better and he made that known to me.
Yeah.
And then when I noticed it, his relationship falling, he couldn't handle it. And the same thing with work.
Right.
He couldn't handle really anything. So he was just like a child.
Yeah. I mean, you're working for something. You're working to get your master's for, a career goal that you have for yourself. So, I mean, that's very possible that he was looking at you and saying, "Well, where am I going with my life?"
Mm-hmm.
When she's, doing well for herself and working for something that you truly want. Yeah.
Well, I saw him the other day when I had to return my keys to the store, and this is before they had closed, and his fiance had broken it off, and I almost yelled it at him. I said, I knew that was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend laughed at me. She was amazed that I had said that out loud. But I knew. I mean, she wasn't mature enough. It's not a sexual relationship, so what's keeping them bonded is communication, which is what they don't have. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but it was just, you deserve to kind of be slapped in the face and realize your life is not good. You need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he sure as heck made my life feel that way for 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, how did you feel when you found out that things weren't going so well for him?
I felt sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I laughed on the inside, besides laughing out loud when I had said that to him, that I knew it would happen. But, I'm a forgiving person, even though bringing it up right now kind of sparks some anger. But, I wash my hands of it. It's water under the dam.
Right.
It's okay, whatever he decides to do. I know I'll never talk to him again. He definitely made me grow in a way and make me see that there are asshole bosses out there.
Right.
And and you just kind of learn to deal with them, or you just get away from them if you have another opportunity.
Well, I mean, that's great that you've been able to learn something from this experience of a, horrible boss and, take something from it. Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot to digest. I guess 2 years can do that to you, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, never been able to really talk to somebody about it because my fiance doesn't like to hear me talk about it.
Mm-hmm. So it's been nice just to be able to talk and get it out.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Well, I guess that's what we'll leave off today. We'll pick up again next time.
Okay. Sounds good.